Well, I guess this is going to be the week of updates because we got a good update to do on the Pro Street build. That's hosted by Mr. Dillon, and yes, we have updates. I've got my sticky notes on here. My buddy Kurt was referring to the car as being coffee ice cream colored. I thought that was actually kind of funny. I kept it on there. But also, Pat Redmond had mentioned that the rear of the hood back in here won't sit level with the rest of the body. And boy howdy, he was not wrong. So I left that on there to remind myself that things may not go to plan when it comes to assembly. So this kit, I wanted to do a really good mock-up build of the whole thing in order to understand how it goes together. And here we have the entire mock-up. Let's just put that on camera. There we go. That's better. So yeah, we're done. I'm just gonna keep it this color here. It's gonna be brown on brown. No, I'm just kidding. No, we did do a full mock-up build. We used the canopy glue Formula 560 by Zap. Got this from the Amazon. You know that river has everything, but it's a little dusty because it's been sitting aside, and I wanted to do a video about the mock-up of this vehicle before we actually tore it apart and then started painting things and putting stuff right and all that kind of stuff. So as we can see, that hood does sit does not sit level in the back there. That is a bit of an issue. And then I decided to go with some velocity stacks for the intakes. And although I like these parts, they are very cool. They sit way too far apart. Way too far apart. It looks like a hammerhead shark with binoculars. So I'm thinking I might go back to the original air cleaners that come with the kit, because it seems like it's engineered to have the spacing in there correctly. This is just too far apart. So I mean, even though those air cleaners look like a couple of Corners pasties, I still, you know, the kit's kind of designed for those, so I think I'll stick with those. I was toying around with the idea of doing fuel lines, linkages, and all that kind of stuff, and it's looking like our timetable is growing so short because of other things going on, that I may have to just concede to just getting this guy kind of done. Now I'm going to see if we can get the hood off. There we go. This whole area here builds up really, really well. I was kind of sad to see that the engine does kind of bump into the battery. And also, this is a Pro Street car. The battery would be like back here, you know? So I think we'll do a delete for the battery and then carve away. There's a little shelf that's molded in there for that. I think we'll carve away the shelf and then just, you know, be happy with that. As far as plug wires are concerned, I might do those. I'm not 100% sure yet. And I do, man, this is just such a tower, right? I have to laugh because it reminds me of nuclear cooling stacks. Yeah, it's so funny. But I do like the fact that not only does the engine come with this really cool looking fan, but it also has the electric assist cooling fan up here in the front. That's a really nice touch. That is really, because you know this thing is going to be hotter than the blazes, right? The interior built up really, really well. I'm going with the pistol grip shifter. I like that. I just always thought that was cool. I never, you know, no other car in the world, I should say no other car manufacturer in the world has that type of shifter. So I thought we would celebrate that. And then around back, things fit back nicely back here. We do not have the red lenses in the taillights. I didn't want to mess with those at all. We do have a little bit of flash to clean up on the back here because the back bumper is just a little bit skewed. I think it's a little low on the driver's side. But look at those meats. Good lordy. There are a couple of issues with the size of the hub opening and then the actual axle size. The axle is a little on the narrow side, so we're going to be sleeving it. Now I have a lot of glue piled in there so that it would actually stay in place and where I wanted it to be, but we're going to sleeve all the axles with this tubing. Happens to be just the right diameter both on the inside and the outside. Are we going to be... aha! Aha! Okay, so there we go. Now, as to what type of diameter this is, I don't really know. I mean, I found this in my tubing jar, so I call it, my tubing jar is called Captain Tubing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pause. I'm gonna laugh myself out off camera. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what the diameter is. I just kind of dug through there and found this piece of tubing that fit both things very, very well. And then the underside, this all built up real nice too. We got a bit of a, there we go. The wheels are a little multiplied. Okay, but yeah, you can see how this didn't quite set up quite right. It's kind of shifted a little bit to the side. The only thing we haven't done, I mean, we're having a model cars with Glenn situation right here, but the headers and the exhaust mufflers and all that kind of stuff work really well. I do not like this bit right here. That's kind of funky. I think I might just actually sleeve this over the top of that and then step on it to crush it flat, you know, that kind of a deal. But otherwise, I mean, everything's really cool. This whole front engine, the area here, the K member and the engine cross member and the anti-sway bar, those aren't glued in. That's all held under kit pressure. I mean, there's actually tension on these pieces here, so that's interesting. And the only thing that I'm a little bit worried about is this chin here. That don't look right. I'm not sure if I did something wrong on the building of the front end of this thing here or not, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have to come in and cut away the front of this a little bit here so that this fits a little better up inside there, or if I have something not quite in place correctly with the building of the engine bay. So this is why I like doing this kind of thing here where we pre-build everything so that we can come along and be like, that's not going to be, that's a surprise. It's a surprise we can fix. It's not a surprise we have to deal with when everything has clear coat and color and all that stuff. So yeah, that's where we stand with that guy there. Now, all things considered, timetable wise, we could finish on time. Right now, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I'm really hoping that we can finish on time. I was hoping to get this done so we could take it to Vegas at the end of the month, at the end of August. That ain't going to happen. We're working on the tack-on Jeep, which is taking up some of our time because that does have a hard deadline to do that. So there's that. One thing that we did do as a little bit of an alteration, this comes with this secondary dashboard. It doesn't fit in the interior tub. This is the spare interior tub that we got from Fred. And it don't fit in there because it doesn't belong to this car. However, this car is supposed to have a manual transmission, thus the shift lever. Manual transmission down below here, but molded into the interior tub, it's got an automatic I just want to tell you all of a sudden, it's got an automatic pedal. So we shaved that off on the car there. This dashboard actually has the clutch and brake pedal that we wanted, so we cut that off of there and grafted it onto the one inside, even though we can't see it because, you know, it's down there, but you can see the light colored pedals down there. We have those in there now. So, you know, we have the right pedals for the right transmission and the right shifter. So I'm actually kind of stoked about that. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and call it quits for right now, and we're going to get back to y'all a little bit later on. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.